Hello, peoples. My name is Redstone985, back at it again in Tech It Classic Reloaded. Uh, I may have gone overboard in between episodes. I did say I would do a few things. I added a bunch of patterns to our AE2 system so I could get a bunch of stuff on AutoCraft. Uh, yeah, I may have just kind of forgot that I need to record what I'm doing and not just do it. So essentially, I got a bunch of stuff done inside our base here. If I go down to our basement, basically I have cables and channels and all that other stuff. And it was a whole ordeal that I had to do to get all the stuff made. I have a bunch of stuff on AutoCraft now. If you come down and look, I'm able to create geothermal generators and stuff like that automatically now. I also put a cable underneath all these paths here, which leads over to our the ore processing plant, which I am using for processing and stuff like that. So basically, I have an import bus on all the chests. It gets sent down through the pipe into the system and stuff like that. I did clear out these chests here because I did actually look it up because I've always used the standard. I believe it's a 10 by 10, but it only mines the 9 by 9 inside. The 10 by 10 Quarry from Buildcraft. If you use something called a landmark, you can basically extend the size to any size you want. I crafted a few of those, and yeah, I made a pretty large quarry. I'm still powering it with charcoal now because it's a lot cheaper to create, but essentially this is gonna run because I got really tired of having to move it every single time I need to go mine for something. So I did overlap it on these ones, so it's gonna not get some of the resources from there, but I'm fairly certain it should be fine and stuff like that. So essentially, I have a massive quarry now, which is just gonna actually mine. I do believe I'm not certain if I actually reached the limit, but I do believe it goes to 64 by 64 is the max size, so it basically takes up 4 chunks and stuff like that. I did not chunk align this, so I guess it's not going to be loaded using one chunk or something like that, but it shouldn't be fine. Because I originally placed it down, had this tiny one here, and I was like, you know what, is there a way to make these bigger? And so I went and I just Googled it, and I was like, oh, why didn't I think of this? So, yeah, that's going. I'm going to have to get more like charcoal and stuff in between episodes and stuff like that because the stuff I have, I basically went over. I think I went out that way. I went and mined a bunch of trees and smelted them up using my system and turned them into charcoal so I can get all the charcoal that I need for this system. And yeah, so this is gonna be here for quite a while. I do believe that if I want to make this go faster, I need to have like a better power generation situation going. I do think I did look at the what's it called, the combustion engine, combust. Hopefully I spell it right. Combustion engine, yeah, the iron one, which I did craft originally when I first made the quarry in episode 4. That takes fuel from Buildcraft, and I'm not entirely certain. What do you get? Oil. Yeah, you get oil from Buildcraft, which you can get like distill into fuel and all this other stuff. That's a whole different process line. I do believe out in that direction by the village that I do have an oil well, or like a oil spring or whatever you want to call it, out in the wild. So basically, that is there for us to go extract oil from. And yeah, so essentially, I basically cleared everything out, and now it's all ready for us to basically get a load of resources, because with this I should be able to stay AFK and it'll actually do stuff, because when I came back to, I believe it was this quarry, or maybe it was this one, I came back and oh no, it was this one. I came back and I was like, oh, why is it not working? Well, it's reached bedrock, so it's not going to mine anymore, so it's just going to stop. And with this, granted, it is going to give me a load of resources. I'll have to make sure to keep an eye on the chest in the ore processing plant, because I am keeping this stuff separate, because with the amount of cobblestone and stuff like that, I'm going to want to turn it into EMC rather than just dump it in my applied energistics system, because that is a lot of storage space that I could probably not need to fill up. I did look at, what's it called? The storage bus from Applied Energistics here, where essentially it allows you to get an external storage. So if I hook up, what is it, like a chest? I don't have any chests. Let's craft one. I must have converted them all into EMC because I don't need them. Let's grab these chests here, I guess, and let's put the bus on. Let me put this there. Does that work? Device missing channel. We'll connect to the channel then. There it goes. Okay. So essentially, it's a way to get external storage. Because with this chest, if I get something like cobblestone, for example, and I set the filter for cobblestone, and I set a priority higher than 0, because my system is like at 0. So if I set this to like, whatever, 100, and then I basically put cobblestone back in the system, instead of going into the drive, it'll go into the chest itself. So essentially, I can just take this stuff out and put it back in the system, and it'll allow me to grab things for auto crafting and a few other of that stuff out of the chest and use it. But essentially, I can store bulk items in like a chest instead of using a drive, which I guess could be useful later on. I'll have to figure out a way to like prioritize. I think I might get like the top row, or like all the stuff I have bulk of, into like storage chests. So I'll put them like on a wall or something, so I can basically use it as a instead of putting it into the drives, because unlike refined storage, I do believe the drives, they have types instead of just how many stacks you have, which is different from what I'm used to, because I normally play with refined storage when I play modded Minecraft, so it's just me trying to figure out how that kind of stuff works. It's turning to night here. Let's go get a quick sleep, and I'll explain a bit more of what I'm doing in the world between episodes. So if you notice, this is the top layer of the base. I'm going to put another floor on top of this with, I think, maybe just red or something like that. And this will be the second to last floor. I'll put another floor on top of this, and then I'll put a glass dome over it. Or at least that's the plan I'm currently thinking of, because most of my stuff, especially like tier 2 industrial craft machines, which I do want to get into eventually, I'll put in like a building next to my base or somewhere close by, because like the ore processing plant, as much as I can put them inside my house for like aesthetics and stuff like that, I don't think it'll be very useful, because this stuff, it all works, and this may not be the most compact, and might not be the most efficient way of putting all these machines down. I still need to get like a diamond cutting blade and like a few other things, like setting up a bunch of recipes, because I only have like one recipe in some of these because I just don't need it. And like for the macerator, I don't even have a recipe. I just kind of set it up so you can auto craft. One thing I did notice while getting things auto crafted, like if I go to glass, for example, is that it takes quite a while to melt stuff down, because essentially it takes it and sends it to the electric furnace, which has a progress bar, and when I do like bulk crafting with items, it's going to take quite a while if I do it in this way, and that can be solved a few different ways. I think getting overclock upgrades and stuff like that would be an interesting thing to do, but I'll need to get like a separate building and stuff like that for it, and a few other things like that. I do believe I did add a bit more these what are they called, geothermal generators. I added one down here into my IC2 machine line, because most of the power I'm getting from that one, is that going down? It is going down. I need to go in the nether. most of the IC2 machines are still powered by solar panels, which is, granted, it keeps it cleaner than the geothermal I'm using, but it basically means that if I need to use my stuff at nighttime, it's completely impossible because the bat box gets drained incredibly quickly. And I did add a geothermal generator in the ore processing plant as well, just to keep it like up and running. And it does look like I'm running out of my lava, because I did set down a second pump in the nether, and I also had to move the pump because I thought that the pump would basically go from the level it's on down to bedrock, but apparently it doesn't do that. So what I need to do is like move the pump down one block and make it face downwards and stuff like that to basically give it the ability to pump more lava in. But yeah, I'm gonna go fix that issue, and I'll be right back to you guys. Alright guys, so I fixed that issue. As you can see, our lava is getting produced again. That is the one real drawback that there is to that system. Oh, my boots are gone. They must have broke, because I did fall in the lava once or twice. So I'll have to go grab some new ones from my system. Boots. Good thing I have a few of them, but kind of, well, they're gone, so not really much I can do about that. Let's put the wrench back in the bag here, and yeah, I don't know where my hang glider went. I'm sure I'll find it eventually. I might have accidentally put it into the transmutation table or something like that. So yeah, I fixed that issue. This is gonna take a while to actually be of any importance or use, I guess, because a lot of the stuff it's mining is just surface layer dirt and like cobble and stuff like that, which isn't particularly the most useful thing to have stored, but I'll leave it in the chest for now. So essentially that'll fill up quite quickly if I just leave it to its own devices. I could go to the max size and just kind of let it sit there, but this I feel like is pretty large, and granted I'm losing a bit of it because I'm going over old over old like territory or whatever, so it's not gonna be the most perfect of mines to use, but I feel like this is gonna be a lot better than having to constantly move this small one, because this is something I wish I knew back when I made the first one, because if I knew that, then there would have been a lot larger of a mine made, instead of me just now discovering it in episode 10, or actually it's episode 11 now that I think about it, episode 11. And so yeah, after like 11 episodes I finally realized how to extend the size of the thing. So yeah, let's go up and sleep, because that nether thing took quite a while to do. Let me actually put my key in my bag, or in the book, I guess. It's the Tome of Knowledge. It's not a bag. And yeah, essentially I just need to go and like fix a few things. I do want to get into tier 2 industrial craft stuff. That requires a lot of steel, I do believe, and stuff like that to do. So let me look at steel, because it's required for a lot of things in Tekkit. But I need to go, let's go tier 2. Essentially, a lot of the tier 2 things, this comes from the extension of the mod, Advanced Machines. Essentially, it basically gives you better versions of machines you already have, like the rotary macerator instead of the regular macerator. It requires advanced machine casing, which requires like advanced alloy, steel, carbon plate. I think the advanced machine casing is going to be one of the things we're going to have to look at first, because I already got steel plate on AutoCraft, I do believe. Steel, yeah, I have steel plate on AutoCraft already. So essentially all I need now is the advanced alloy, which is a compressor, mixed metal, which I already have all these plates, I do believe, automated, so I just need to get the recipe in the compressor, if I can find it. Here it is. Let's get a get the by pattern thing. What do you need for the, what was it? Where is it? The advanced alloy requires the mixed metal ingot, iron, bronze. That's gonna have to be something I also have to autograph. I thought that was copper, but I didn't actually look at it. So I need iron, tin, and bronze, which I do have. Iron, bronze. If I can actually spell it right. I'll have to make some of that in a sec, but I need tin as well. So let's grab tin and let's clear that out and that out. Let's get the bronze again. I'll have to make a recipe for that because I don't think I do have a recipe for making bronze plates. I do not. Let me put this in the metal former. See if I can extract it before it gets chucked into the system. Just kind of click as fast as I can, I guess. I did it. I caught it. So let's get a recipe down for... let's clear that one out. Let's get a processing pattern for bronze to bronze plate. And we're going to put that in the thing here. I also have the interface terminal here, which basically lists everything out. And I can basically make the... I could basically put it in this way instead, but I'm not going to do it that way for now. I also have I added another molecular an assembler. I can't say this word here because I apparently am not having a good day today. So the molecular assembler. Did I do it right? I sure hope I did. But yeah, essentially I added another one because I'm out of crafting slots. That's one of the things I think Refined Storage does better is auto crafting, because this is incredibly useful and I can basically make all my machines do what I want them to without me even having to touch them. But essentially it requires me to do a few other things instead. So let's get a few of these plates. Let's get 2 of them, and let's just get let's go back to the crafting pattern. Actually, yeah, it's a crafting pattern. So I need to get 2 of these bronze plates. It's gonna go down here, and it's gonna take it out of the import. It's gonna put it back in the system. I technically only need 1 of these to get the thing, but I'm gonna craft 1 of them so I can add a recipe for the next part of the process. Let's get the iron and the tin as well. And there it is, tin. And yeah, essentially it'll autofill the recipe. It's one of those. Put that in our molecular assembler. I need to put it in the interface on the side of it. There, now it can craft that. Now we need 1 of those. Oh, we got 2 of them. And then we need to get a recipe. This is used in the compressor to get the advanced alloy. So let's get a recipe for that. That's compressor. Let's put 1 of them in there and keep the other one, and I'll use it for the recipe. This is essentially what I had to do when I made all these auto crafting recipes, was make 1 of each. So that's why I have like 1 steel, or I had 1 steel plate and like 1 gold plate. Yeah, I have like 1 gold plate and all that other stuff. It's why I have 2 gold item casings and 4 wires, because basically I crafted 1 of the material and that's about it. And essentially that's about all I did. Let's grab that advanced alloy. Advanced, there it is. It is 1-to-1, right? Uses. And then, yeah, it's just 1-to-1. Put that in a pattern, put that in the compressor. That's a macerator, that's the compressor. Let's put you in. Oh, I need to put the actual pattern in there. And there's that. So I have all that stuff. I'll need to get bronze automated. I have steel automated already. I have the basic machine casing automated. Basic, yeah, I do. And what else do I need? I need the carbon plate, which is carbon mesh, carbon fiber, coal dust, which is macerated coal. Okay, that's gonna be a bit of a chain of crafting stuff. I'm gonna make that chain real quick, and I'll see if everything's ready to be auto-crafted. Be right back. Alright, so I got all those auto-crafted recipes up and in the system. And so essentially I can go up to my system and ask for an advanced, if I can spell, advanced machine casing, and it'll basically bring up everything I need to craft with it, and I can hit start and it should just start crafting, sending all my machines into motion. I can look at the crafting status here on the thing, so I'm looking at it and it's gonna tell me how long it'll take. Alright, I think that's a timer of how long it'll take. Yeah, that's a timer. So essentially it'll take that long for all that stuff to be crafted into a few things. I think once I get tier 2 machines, because I do believe that a lot of the tier 2 versions of machines, like let's look at the macerator, the rotary macerator, it's just a bit more materials plus the original and advanced machine casing. Which this stuff is very easy. I won't really want to set up auto crafting recipes for some of this stuff. And essentially I can basically take the old machine, replace it with a new one, and I'm going to look at these in between episodes just to see what the actual difference is. Need to know if I need to like change a recipe or anything else, and I'll upgrade these basic level 1 machines to tier 2 machines. I'm going under the assumption that the tier 2 machines can do the tier 1's recipes. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. They use the original in the crafting recipe, so I don't see why they wouldn't. But there may be a reason I need both of them. I may craft multiple of them just to have like a few on hand or something like that, so I can have a few in like a different factory or something like that. But yeah, let me essentially that's all I really wanted to do. This episode is kind of, I haven't really done anything in this episode. But I did do a absolute butt ton off camera in between the two. So yeah, so I have a load of stuff that I did between episodes. I haven't dropped the series. If I do drop Tekkit Classic Reloaded, you guys hear in like a community post or a video or something. So if I do decide to stop doing this series, you'll hear about it. So yeah, my absence from this has been due to a few other things. Like I mentioned in previous videos, this is not my priority. YouTube is not a priority in the slightest. So all this other stuff, it's mostly done for me to have fun, just to kind of experiment what I can do with Minecraft, because this is the kind of experience I've always wanted to do since I saw like popular creators like, I think DanTDM, when he was doing his Diamond Dimensions Let's Play, he had like Quarries and other stuff, and like the Yogscasts, they had like Tekkit and stuff like that, and a few of those other YouTubers that did it in the old time. That's kind of what got me into modded Minecraft and stuff like that, and doing it, actually being able to do it myself, is actually a really nice and fun experience for me to do. So yeah, essentially that's all I wanted to get to today. I'll probably finish out the house in the background. I'll probably put the dome on top of it, and I'll probably give you guys a little check-in on how much this thing is actually mine, because with the amount of time I'll spend off camera, it's a pretty good measure of how long I spend playing this. Let me actually look at how many days we've got. We have 186. We're approaching 200 days in this world. And yeah, so we need to basically, I'm going to try to get a few things rounded up. I'll probably create those tier 2 machines in between episodes, just because, like, I mean, what else am I going to do to let that thing run? I'm not just going to stand here AFK, not doing nothing. I'd rather do something and have that thing run in the background than me just leave my computer run in the background while I do other things and stuff like that. So let me go down to the machine, and it's going to say, oh, I got like 27 seconds left, I think, is what it's trying to tell me. There is I think it might be a bug in the mod pack, because when I have geothermal generators created, but when it gets to the regular generator, let me get the oh, did it finish? It finished. So here's advanced machine casing. Yippee. So that'll be used for a few machines. Yeah, it allows me to unlock a bunch of other things. Like reactors, teleporters, which I'll have to look at, and a few of these other things like miners. There is like a kind of quarry in Tekkit, which has like a As far as I could tell, it only mines down and stuff like that. So, yeah, a few of these other things like the induction furnace, the terraformer. Apparently, that's a tier 4 machine. That's gonna take a lot of things to make it. You can get the nuke using it, which I'm not gonna exactly look at right now, but I'll probably look at it later. The liquid extruder and all this other stuff. These are upgraded versions of the ones I already have, like the orb washing plant. I think I'll use the thermal washer because I think it does a few other different things. I might have to change my setup a little for it, but I'll toy around with that in between episodes. I can see if I can upgrade a lot of my machines to a higher tier and basically get things in a different order and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah. I'm dying. So we have our advanced. What did I do with it? I placed it. We have. I'm gonna use my wrench for this because I'm not certain if you need. Oh, this is just a regular block. I can mine it. Okay. So yeah, essentially we got advanced machine casing. I restarted our geothermal plant and a few other that kind of stuff. And yeah, essentially that's all I wanted to get to today. If you guys like this video, please feel free to like it and maybe subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.